Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater, and over the course of the past week and a half, ever since James Gunn was unceremoniously fired from Disney, over those old tweets, we've seen a very interesting debate take place. Right, people online furious at the comments, calling for his head on a spike. Others trying to equate it to the situation with Roseanne Barr, where the two are like very, very loosely connected in terms of the overall situation. And the thing is, we've been wondering what's going to happen as a result of this, because there's been a big fan pushback. Over 320,000 people have signed a petition to reinstate James Gunn. We've seen Dave Batista come out and be very vocal about his disdain over the situation. And we've seen support from other cast members. Michael Rooker has quit Twitter in solidarity. You've got Selma Blair, who is good friends with James Gunn, and she has quit Twitter in solidarity. A lot of people have been pushing for the rehiring of James Gunn from across different ideological backgrounds. I am very much at odds all the time with Lindsay Ellis and movie Bob Chipman on a number of political issues, but yet we three are entirely in line with this one because it was bullshit, because it was crap. And the thing is, like most everyone out there knows that it's crap. The vocal minority that are trying to play some kind of couch fainting, pearl clutching argument is whatever, man. Like that shit is weak. It didn't hold weight when you tried it. It doesn't hold weight now. And now we wait to see what happens, because Kevin Feige has been silent. He's been dead silent. And that's been a big indicator, because the guy who James Gunn reported to, the guy who hired James Gunn, the guy who helped mentor him and helped get him to this point, who's known him for over 6 years, who knows his character, has said nothing. And Feige's the kind of guy who will generally give you a quote or comment on just about whatever, even if it is, I can't comment on that, he'll still say something. So the fact that he hasn't said anything in regards to this is very, very, very suspicious to me. Super suspicious to many people. Also, cryptic were Chris Pratt's tweets. Chris Pratt was tweeting out Bible verses as a result of this. And you know what? I feel in terms of trying to wage a bit of a protest without sacrificing a lot, I guess, in his case, because where he's at right now in terms of his career, he doesn't want to piss off his bosses, and he doesn't want to piss off any potential work he could get down the road while still showing support for one of his friends. And he's been, again, Bible verses. But today we got an official statement from the whole cast of Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is absolutely 100% unprecedented. This is what they posted on Twitter. It says here, an open letter from the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy. To our fans and friends, we fully support James Gunn. We were all shocked by his abrupt firing last week and have intentionally waited these 10 days to respond in order to think, pray, listen, and discuss. In that time, we've been encouraged by the outpouring of support from fans and members of the media who wish to see James reinstated as director of Volume 3, as well as discouraged by those who so easily duped into believing the many outlandish conspiracy theories surrounding him. Being in Guardians of the Galaxy movies has been a great honor in each of our lives. We cannot let this moment pass without expressing our love, support, and gratitude for James. We are not here to defend his jokes of many years ago, but rather to share our experience having spent many years together on set, making Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. The character he has shown in the wake of his firing is consistent with the man he was every day on set. And his apology, now and from years ago, when first addressing these remarks, we believe is from the heart, a heart we all know, trust, and love. In casting, each of us helped him tell the story of misfits who find redemption. He changed our lives forever. We believe the theme of redemption has never been more relevant than now. Each of us look forward to working with our friend James again in the future. His story isn't over, not by a long shot. There is little due process in the court of public opinion. James is likely not the last person to be put on trial. Given the growing political divide in this country, it's safe to say instances like this will continue, although we hope Americans from across the political spectrum can ease up on the character assassinations and stop weaponizing mob mentality. It is our hope that what has transpired can serve as an example for all of us to realize the enormous responsibility we have to ourselves and to each other regarding the use of our written words when we etch them into digital stone. That we as a society may learn from this experience and in the future think twice before we decide what we want to express. And learning perhaps can harness the capability to help and heal instead of hurting each other. Thank you all for taking the time to read our words, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's signed by Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Batista, Karen Gillan, Michael Rooker, Pom Klementieff, Sean Gunn, and of course, Bradley motherfucking Cooper. And listen, while they are not saying rehire James Gunn, there's literally no other thing to take from this. This is not a threat that they're going to walk from the next movie, because that would be unprofessional, and they get that. But this is very much a sign of solidarity, very much a show of force to not only Kevin Feige, but Alan Horn and Bob Iger. And now that the Disney shareholders have voted to go ahead with the $71.3 billion acquisition of 21st Century's entertainment assets, I think it'd be safe now to kind of let James Gunn come back. All right. And I have a feeling that was a big reason why nobody said anything last week. They didn't want to spook the shareholders. It's been voted on. It's going to happen. Yes, there are regulatory aspects that need to happen with the United States government. The DOJ is basically giving it its approval. You know, like the Trump administration has basically been okay with this. So there shouldn't be any real big hurdles in regards to that in seeing this deal come through. And I know that this happening when it did was definitely politically motivated. The way I guarantee you, Cernovich wasn't just waiting around, twiddling his thumbs and waiting for the moment to happen. He picked his time. He may be Mr. Lispy, but he's definitely not an idiot. So you have to keep that in mind as well. I don't know what's going to happen from this. I don't know if this is going to be a big pull to bring him back. I don't know if they're going to actually do it. I don't know if anything is going to happen. All I know is that we're seeing the cast of these films come together, defend their director from baseless accusations, defend their director from past jokes that were stupid, that he apologized for years ago, and from what they view as just warrantless character assassination and weaponized mob mentality, which, hey, guess what? They're 100% accurate that is exactly what's going on here. So the only thing we can do, and this is legitimate, the only thing we can do as just fans of the franchise, fans of James Gunn, and people who want to see there be some kind of justice in this regard, keep pushing the Rehire James Gunn. Try to get it to 500,000. Eventually, Feige is going to have to respond, and eventually Alan Horn and Bob Iger are going to have to respond. That is where we are right now. And this is not just about a movie. I don't want people to sit there and go, but your fanboyism is showing. This has nothing to do with that. If Taika Waititi directed the film, it would be fine. If Christopher McQuarrie directed the film, I think it would end up being fine. It's not so much the director and him coming in and completing this journey. It's about redemption arcs as people. It's about that we should be allowed to have those moments in time where we collectively look at people and say, yeah, you made a mistake, but you clearly are a changed person now. And that's where things are. And there are people out there that are obviously going to argue James Gunn's opinions on Roseanne. As I pointed out at the beginning, the two are only very, very, very minutely connected. They're not the same in their context at all. They're not the same time frame. They didn't happen while being employed for Disney. That's where they differ. From a very, very, very macro view, they are, in fact, you can see where there's overlap. On a micro view, it's almost night and day. But the problem with it is those people don't want to see that. They don't want to look at that. They don't want to. They don't want to look at anything like that. They want to say that Gunn should be investigated for pedophilia, which is like one of the most insane things ever. That he deleted 10,000 tweets that were all pedophilic in nature. That is completely fake news. That he tweeted out a video that was child pornography. Again, doing any modicum of research will find out that it was an all-girls choir singing Touch Myself, and he just attached a porn title to it. Was it an uncouth joke? Yes. But was it still a joke? Yes, 100%. A lot of what's been said about James Gunn through commentators online has been very hyperbolic, very much full of shit, and very in tune with the character of those people. And this is what we're seeing now, are people who know him best, his cast, coming out and who know him best, who at this point, if they didn't like him, if there was something wrong with him, if there was an issue with James Gunn, they would not band together like this because it doesn't serve their career. That should go to show you that people who work with him, have worked with him for years, know him better than, quite frankly, any of us do, and know where his heart is and know where his heart stands and knows where his principles are. And that's why they're banding together to give this open call. That's what it boils down to. And so, yes, Disney should, in fact, rehire James Gunn, full stop. Because he did nothing wrong, ultimately, outside of telling some bad jokes. He apologized for those jokes, acknowledged that they were wrong, and then spent years becoming a better person. Is he the best, most perfect person ever? No, of course not. No one is. This is where we find ourselves. So I look forward to the commentary. Should be fun. I look forward to waiting for Kevin Feige to actually say something. That would be fantastic. That would be great. I would love to hear Feige say something. Feige's one of the most respected guys in not only Hollywood. I would say out of all the producers in Hollywood, he's clearly the most powerful, right? He's clearly the most powerful given the fact that he's been on the scene making movies now as an exec producer for 10 years, and his movies have made over $16 billion. So when it comes to that particular like monetary pull, the dude is powerful, and he said nothing, which is just fascinating to me, because what that says is that someone above him has told him to keep his mouth shut. And now that we're past that hurdle, and now people are speaking up, who knows where the rest of this week is going to take us? It's still Monday morning. By Friday, who knows where we're going to be? Anyway, I leave it to you to leave your comments. I'm curious to know what you guys have to say about this. Let me know. My name is Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe, comment, share it around, rehire James Gunn, and have a good one, and peace out.